addition, the DPM addresses the Grand Bahama economy. The country's first eco-friendly park is up and running. And it's time for Crab Fest. Let's go to Andros.
Cheers to the weekend. Friday is finally here. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for waking up to the Morning Edition. Believe it or not, today is officially the first day of summer, so let's turn things over to our sizzling weatherman Basil Dean, who is standing by with the weather report. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. On this first day of summer, ZMS Tower Cam is pointing towards the west and it's picking up near clear skies with some shallow fog in that part of the island, and that's due to the very light south to southwest winds and some radiation cooling overnight. As we go to our satellite picture, high pressure is fully in control of our weather, and that means lots of sunshine during the daytime and very few clouds at nighttime. Outside of our studios, just a few clouds, temperatures 77 degrees. Relative humidity right up there, 99%. South winds at 2 miles per hour. The barometric pressure, 1,018.4 millibars. That's 30.09 inches, and it is falling. Temperatures around the islands this morning: Marsh Harbor 78, 77 in Greentoil Key. Also Freeport at 77 degrees, 81 in the Berry Islands. Allenstown, Bimini, 82 in Harbor Island. Rock, Sandy Lutra, Otterstown, Cat Island, Staniel Key, Camp Space, St. Andrews, Fresh Creek, and Central Andrews at 81 degrees. 81's also in San Salvador and Rum Key. So we take you into Ragged Island, a little warmer, 82. Clarence Town, Long Island, Crooked Island, 82. 81 in Betsy Bay, Maguana, Ackles, 81. 82 in Matthew Town, Nago, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, 82 degrees as well. Your boating forecast for today in the northwestern islands: light and variable winds, 1 to 3 feet will be those wave heights. High tide takes place at 10:28 this morning with the low tide at 4:27 this afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. In the southeast Bahamas, the winds are going to be out of the southeast at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your first look at weather, the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks, Basil. Here's the Bahamas First traffic report with Jimenita Swain and the traffic team.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're definitely coming to you live from the city center, basically the entrance of downtown, which is at Marlborough and Cumberland Streets, that goes into Navy Line Road. But to find out what you need to know as you prepare to make your morning commute, we now turn to Corporal Decory Barr of the Police Traffic Division. Good morning, Corporal Barr.
Good morning, Jimenita. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, any areas of concern that motorists need to keep in mind as they prepare to head out this Friday morning?
This morning there's no reported accidents or traffic congestion, so our person should have a smooth morning commute to and from their destinations. The only area that is still of a concern for us, which has been a concern for the past few weeks, is the Sir Milo Butler Highway in the northbound lane. The roadworks in that area is continuing, and we'd ask persons while commuting through that area to exercise some patience.
Now we know this, it's been a long week for many of us, and persons want to unwind and make the most of it. What's your warning to those persons who may just find their hot spot or hangout place after work?
Yeah, for persons who are going to do such a thing, we always ask that you would not only drink responsibly, but have a designated driver. We don't want you to consume alcohol and then take charge of a vehicle. That's definitely a no-no, and something that we're going to see or talk about in weeks to come.
Now, one of the other things too is obviously we don't want persons speeding either.
Yes, we want to remind you of the speed limit in the city. The speed limit in the city of New Providence is 25 miles per hour. On the highways, there you see 30 and never over 45 miles where there's a sign telling you so. Other than that, we don't want persons to be creative, and where they don't see a sign, assume or create their own speed limit.
All right, well, thank you so much, Corporal Decory Barr of the Police Traffic Division. Again, make sure to buckle up and no texting and driving. Back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Thank you. Now on to our top story this morning. The Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquist, says the government has done its groundwork to bring economic change to the economy of Grand Bahama. He is suggesting residents exercise a bit more patience with the turnaround for its economy. This is what he told reporters this week when asked about the issue in light of the $12.1 million set aside for the Ministry of Grand Bahama.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way in development, in economics. It takes a little while for things to turn around. What we've done is we've put in place over the last 2 years the foundation that where we can launch now and hopefully start to see the fruits of that hard work. In Grand Bahama in particular, you'll know that there are 2 major projects that are on the drawing board, and we're driving them to conclusion as quickly as we possibly can. Bearing in mind that these are international publicly listed companies that we're dealing with, and they have their shareholders and their board of directors that they have to satisfy that any deal that is made is in the best interest of the shareholders, and we on the other hand have to make sure that it's in the best interest of the Bahamian people.
What does Wi-Fi, recycled material, workout of equipment, and a blue hole all have in common? Well, they can all be found at the Silver Gates Community Park. The park also has play areas outfitted with recycled rubber to ensure more fun and more safety. Member of Parliament for Carmichael, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, says the Silver Gates Community Park is truly a park unlike any other.
We've made sure that we've given them the most fabulous, fantastic park anywhere in this country. You've got a 2-4-2 basketball court, so young men and women can come out and play basketball. We've got a red tennis court, and that's if you ever watch tennis and watch the French Open and Roland Garros, you see Roland Garros is played on a red court.
Faculty and staff at the C.L. Walker Senior High School doing all they can to steer challenged students on a positive path to academic success through its discipline and intervention program. Principal Nicola McKay says the program has partnered with several learning institutions across the capital to fulfill that goal.
We try to do counseling, in-school counseling. Then when that doesn't work, we call the parent in and we say, now, it looks like your child is not benefiting. We're going to have to go to outside counseling. When the outside counseling does not work, then we have enough grounds to say to the parents, your child needs to seek an alternative institution. So we don't just kick them out, we direct them somewhere. And right now we are working on a program with BTVI, and we should be starting an apprenticeship program where our really challenged boys, I guess we may have some girls too, would be on like a day release program where 2 days out of the week they will do an apprenticeship program.
Teachers deployed to the Family Islands are experiencing a great deal of hardships just to provide quality service to students in the classrooms on those islands. This came from the president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson. She says she is pushing for additional benefits and incentives for teachers.
We also want to look at hardship and mileage for places like Moores Island in Abaco, and we have teachers who drive in Grand Bahama. They drive from Freeport into West End, so we definitely have to look at all of those hardship areas, which is really causing our members a lot of undue hardship. We have places like Grand Key where the teachers actually have to catch a boat and a plane to go to the bank and to go to the grocery store. So we have to look at how it is that we can make it easier for them.
And it's Friday, time to go down to Grand Bahama and check in with our Northern Service. All of that and Friday entertainment when we return, so stay close.
Look, it's simple. Fidelity can consolidate all your bills with their debt consolidation loan. Give you one monthly payment and money in your pocket.
So let me get this straight, Miss Financial Coach. You say something about cash in my pocket?
Yes.
And a savings plan with 5% interest? Wow! Finally! A bank that's looking out for me! What you want me to sign?
That's not all. We also offer competitive interest rates and free financial coaching.
Miss Fidelity, you ain't hear me. Where do I sign?
Bahamas, are you ready? It's the 46th anniversary of independence. It all kicks off with the official launch of National Pride Day, Friday, July 5th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Rawson and Parliament Squares. Then it's the 46th anniversary celebration, ecumenical service, cultural show, and fireworks display. Tuesday, July 9th at Clifford Park. It all starts at 8 p.m. On Wednesday, July 10th. Join us at 1 a.m. on Bay Street for the People's Love and Unity Rush. At 11 a.m., it's the official announcement of the 2019 National Honors Award, followed at 6 p.m. with the Independence State Dinner, all happening at Government House. All roads then lead back to Clifford Park as we close out the Independence celebration with a spectacular celebration in music. From 5 p.m. to midnight, Bahamas, it's all for you. It's the 46th anniversary of Independence celebration. Come and join us. United we stand, Bahamas. Together we can.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Julian Believe, and guess what? You are watching the Morning Edition with ZNS Network.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. The 23rd annual All Andros Crab Fest in Fresh Creek, Central Andros began last night. Tonight, the official opening ceremony will be held at Queen's Park, followed by 2 nights of the best in Bahamian music with the top Bahamian performers. But it's all about crab dishes, and Wayne Clare, chairman of the Andros Crab Fest committee, says name some of the crab dishes that can be purchased at the Crab Fest.
Oh, yeah, crab soup, crab pizza, crab and dough, crab and rice, crab and grits. All the likes of crabs. We have crabs and we could almost 100 different ways. So those places who want to come along, come down. We have a lot of lineup, exciting. We have this year we have added 2 menu. We have the local band out of Mango Key, local band. They're coming in, and then we have our store, and then we have a few, all the Bahamian artists are coming up. The largest contingent of artists congregated anywhere in the Bahamas at any time is at Crab Fest.
In a matter of few hours, the Bahamas national culinary team will begin competition against regional teams at the Taste of the Caribbean event, set for the Hyatt Regency Hotel. The team has had months of preparation, and we will see how they stack up against rivals. Before the competition, they allowed patrons and sponsors to try a number of their culinary delights. Jiminy DeSwain tells us more.
The best way to describe it would be a spread of culinary eats and drinks to ignite the palate. The Bahamas National Culinary Team recently hosted patrons to a culinary and mixology extravaganza at the SLS at Bahamar that proved quite tantalizing. The event was one way the Bahamas Hotel Training Association assisted the team with its travel expenses. It also was one way team members were allowed to interact with those in attendance. The food offerings were vast. Team captain is Chef Jamal Small, who will be attending his 8th competition. While he had oversight for most of the dishes of the night, this was his dish.
Mango crusted grouper, paired it with a bit of lobster essence sauce, a little fire roasted heirloom vegetables, a little broiled prawns, and a little mango chutney just to kick it off. So we got a bunch of different Caribbean, Bahamian flavors going on.
So I'm gonna get some of the sauces.
Literally melts in your mouth.
I trying to get it on the board. As a winner, you should be here.
Of course, my sample plate was ready, and it was a dish full of rich flavors. Next was the station of junior chef Hazen Rule and Chef Astier Dean, which offered that down-home kind of feeling. But both also share their feelings on the competition.
We have a Vitamalt Bray short ribs with coconut grits and crispy okra. The first 2 years, it was a phenomenal experience. The competition really opens up a lot of doors for you, and it puts you in circles you need to be. The competition is stiff. We need to be dedicated. We need to be disciplined.
Excited for the whole opportunity. I'm ready to go into competition. I'm humbled. I'm just praying every day. I pray about this, and I'm just excited to go back and retain my title.
As if that down-home taste was not enough, there was more. Of course, conch factored into the menu.
A Gombe smash Scotch conch, and we have a gold pepper snapper ceviche with a little twist. It has guava in it.
I prepared a pumpkin bisque with a coconut foam, which will be accompanied by a rum-glazed plantain cup with a tropical fruit salsa.
The dessert was a slice of heaven from Chef Celeste Smith, but the favorites of the night included the chicken and the pie creations, which was one of a boneless chicken wing with French fries and drinks incorporating soursop.
A remix to one of our local drink, which is a Sky Juice, but I call it a Cloud 9. It's a gin-based cocktail with a soursop puree and infused coconut syrup.
Now, the Taste of the Caribbean competition is set for June 21st through 25th at the Hyatt Regency in Miami, and Team Bahamas is hoping that you can make the trip to cheer them on. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Best of luck to Team Bahamas. And as we told you before, it's Friday, so it's time for our usual trip down to Grand Bahama. Our Jamila Mizik took time out to chat with an aspiring author and filed this report.
Charlia Knowles is a senior at Florida Memorial University. She's a member of Zeta Phi Beta sorority, studying business administration, minoring in music. Knowles, an honor roll student, says when her goal to graduate high school with honors did not happen, she decided to use her university experience to redeem herself.
I made sure that, yes, for my first year of school, I would have fun, but I'd also focus on my work. And in the end of my first year, I was able to get the president's list. I was able to join a sorority on my campus and get involved, get scholarships, get a job. And basically, I set myself up for school to become a role model. I wanted people to look at me and see that you could come from not having the best grades to being on top if you just apply yourself and focus. So that was my goal.
One of Knowles' many other accomplishments include being a contributor to a book titled Michelle Obama's Impact on African Women and Girls.
It was a lot of work. It was a bit annoying, but I pushed through because I knew that the results would be great. So about, I want to say a year later, the book got published and my name was in it. I felt really good knowing that, you know, in school doing a lot of work, when you have to write papers, you cite people. I felt good knowing that somebody could look up my name and cite me in a book, especially for something so meaningful and to do with such a strong woman and an icon.
She's encouraging other students to stay grounded, apply themselves, and stay focused, to have fun but not to get distracted, and most importantly, remain humble. She says in the near future, she hopes to obtain a master's degree and PhD.
I want to establish a school of the arts that would assist students like myself who are talented and gifted in some way to develop themselves while in high school, to become professionals, to go to college with scholarships, and to have a name for themselves.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Good morning and welcome to our entertainment segment. This morning we have some special guests in studio with us. They are the members of the Adventist Youth Mass Choir headed by Miss Monique McKenzie. Welcome, Monique, to the morning edition.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So tell us a little bit about what the choir is, how it came together, what you're doing.
The choir has been together now for 11 years, and we usually do mission trips, we sing, and we get involved in whatever way we can to keep our young people on the right path.
Now, I know you have a special project or trip coming up. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, every year the choir travels, and this year we are traveling to Fort Lauderdale, July 18th to the 24th, and to help with our fundraisers for this trip, we have a gospel concert coming up this Sunday, the 23rd of June, at New Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church.
So with that in mind, tell us what you're going to be performing for us this morning.
Well, with that in mind, we're going to do the song, Take It to the Lord in Prayer.
That's often a favorite for many of us. So I am going to get out of the way to let you do your do.
Thank you.
Thank you, too.
What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege it is to carry everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptations? Is there trouble everywhere? Our precious Savior, He is still our refuge. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Some things we have not, because we ask not. When we have a friend who's there, He's there. When we're weak and heavy laden, cumbered with a load of care, we should never be discouraged when we take it to the Lord in prayer. Some things we have not, because we ask not. When we have a friend who's there, yes. Oh, what peace we often find.
What are you singing there by the choir?
Reminds me one of my favorite songs, one of the favorite songs of my late grandmother. I remember singing that. Take it to the Lord in prayer.
So what's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, a world record for Shawnee Miller Uibo. Stephen Gardner looks to be back, and the swim nationals making a big splash over at the Betty Kenning National Aquatic Center last night.
That and more ahead in sports.
This is a PSA from We Buy You Sell. The protection of your businesses, homes, and families is very important. We Buy You Sell offers the best in hurricane impact windows and doors designed to withstand all categories of hurricanes, with prices beating our competitors by up to 50%. We also specialize in porcelain, mosaic, and plank tiles. We Buy You Sell, located at number 163 Robinson Road. Call 677-2856 or 324-6427. We Buy You Sell. Come and see us today.
It's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Buddy Hield and the Kings have their...
Buddy Hield seemed to be having the best season of his career. He had 32 points the other night. It was a bit disappointing, Shawnee Miller not winning the IAAF World Female Athlete of the Year. The high school rankings will soon be out. Tabernacle, the defending champion, CC Sweeting, they are always there. Who will it be this year? Each Monday on 1540 AM and 104.5 FM, it's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Good morning and welcome to your TGIF Look at Sports. The streak continued last night for Shawnee Miller Uibo contesting the rally round 300 meters at the Ostrava Grand Prix. She crushed the world record in blowing out the field. Her time 34.41 seconds, smashing the previous best of 35.30 by Mexican Ana Caveira. That was set at a high altitude in Mexico in 2003. Brittany Brown was a distant second in 35.91. Shawnee win streak continued as she has not lost a race since 2017. Also at the meet, Bahamian double national record holder Stephen Gardner putting that disappointing performance from last weekend's Boston Adidas games behind him on the weekend by also crushing the field in winning especially the 400 meters in a season's best of 44.95 seconds, more than 15 meters ahead of his nearest competitor. Energetic fans on hand last night at the Betty Kenning National Aquatic Center as the Bahamas Aquatics Federation Swim Nationals got underway. Making a big splash was Devante Carey in the 50-meter backstroke.
This morning it was a little rough at a bad start, but had to shake that off. Came back. I actually went 26.46. So that's a new Bahamas record, personal best for me, along with Nationals record. And really just had to finish the race. I had to keep my title.
Collegiate Cohen Kerr back home, and he too with some good swims on day one. He's all focused now as Mako Swim Club ready to defend their overall title after taking it all for the first time in 2018.
As a team, we started off, I think, pretty well. We had one or two records, then maybe another two gold medals. You know, we started off the night really strong. In terms of the relay, I just wanted to get the guys the best lead as possible, you know. I went out best time, so, you know, we set a pretty good tone for the rest of the meet. We're looking forward to finishing out the meet strong.
Now the Nationals will continue this morning, 9 o'clock over at the Betty Kenning National Aquatic Center. The meet wraps up on Monday. That's going to do it for your TGIF Look at Sports. Have a great weekend.
1, 2, 3, 4. When you want some entertainment, when you want some culture, want to know what's happening, grab your remote control, take a seat in your sofa, get the peep of this native show. Yeah man, get the peep of this native show.
Watch the Pineapple Festival Thursday, June 27th at 8 p.m. and Saturday, June 29th at 7:30 p.m. on Native Show and ZNS TV.
And that's a wrap for us here on the Morning Edition. But before we go, we would like to wish little Mason Xavier Jervis a very special happy birthday. He turns 3 today, and clearly he is already the master of his house. Happy birthday to you, Mason, from your parents and all of us here at the Morning Edition. We leave you with the soothing sounds of the Adventist Mass Choir. I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great weekend, everyone.
I'm on my way to a land of day where I won't have to cry anymore. Yes, I'll be free someday, and I'll be happy in my home over there. Hallelujah, over there. Hallelujah, over there. Hallelujah, over there. In that land so bright and fair. Yes, I'll be free someday, and I'll be happy in my home over there. Hallelujah, over there. Hallelujah, over there. Hallelujah, over there. In that land so bright